guys, Miss Raskin here. Today is May 22nd, 2020, and it is reading time. Let us begin. Today is day 5, Friday. The content knowledge is oral vocabulary. Phonemic awareness is the initial, medial, and final sounds. Let's review what those are. Initial is when a word begins with that letter. Medial is when the letter is in the middle of the word. And final sounds is when the word ends with that letter. For example, letter of the week, U. If it was an initial word, it would be umbrella. Begin with the letter U. Medial, we would do something like a bus because the U is in the middle of the word. And final sounds, flu, F-L-U, because the U is at the end. For phonics, decode words. Assessment is phonics, high frequency words, comprehension, and we will talk about setting. Let's review the amazing words for the week. Architect, plumbers, landscapers, electricians, painters, and movers. Those are 6 amazing words. Here we have sentences, and we will put the words, the amazing words, to fit the sentences. Let's begin with the first. The blank put flowers in the ground. Who put the flowers in the ground? Landscapers. The landscapers put the flowers in the ground. Number 2, blank fit the water pipes together. Who fit the water pipes together? And we have our answer right here, plumbers. Plumbers are always the people that fix the water pipes, right? So plumbers fit the water pipes together. Number 3, the plan for the house is made by an architect. Architect. You guys can do it too. You can take a piece of paper and draw out a home, and you can decorate it inside and draw out where a bathroom might be, where the kitchen might be. That is what an architect does. So that when a plumber comes in, they're able to put the pipes in the right place. Let's move on. Blank put in wires that bring electricity into the house. Electricians. That is also why you need an architect, so that you can show an architect and a plumber where electricity or water pipes should be. The blank had new brushes and green paint. Who has brushes and paint? The painters. Good job. And lastly, the blank carried boxes into the house. When you're moving, who brings the boxes into the house? Sometimes family members, but when you have a lot to move, you get movers. The movers carried boxes into the house. Now here it's Friday, so we're going to do a quick assessment. So let's start from the beginning. Who draws the plans for the house? An architect. Good job. Who uses a roller and a paintbrush? Painters. Good job. Who puts pipes together with a wrench? Water pipes. Plumbers. Nice. Who puts in wires for the TV and the refrigerator? The electricians. And now who carries furniture and boxes into the house? The movers. And then lastly, who plants things to make the yard look nice? They're called landscapers. So when a tree needs to be groomed nicely, or if it's too close to a person's window, a landscaper will come in. Or if you have bushes in front of your house, and you want to make them look real nice and neat, or cut the grass, that's a job for the landscapers. Let's review. Read words to decode words right here. Write the sentence on a board. If you guys can get a piece of paper or a journal and just write, pets can jump on beds. Pets can jump on beds. You can pause the video or you can do it later, but they're very good words to write, and it's going to help us with reading. Let's look right here. Red cats can jump up. Red cats can jump up. Now let's review the high frequency words that we had. Well, we have them this week. Let's read them together. They, look, from, go, and said. You guys should try putting all those words into a sentence each. So let's do an example. They go to the park. For the word look, I look at my cat. For the word from, I come home from school. Go, I go to the store with mom. And said I like balloons. That might be a hard one, but you put in whatever it is you like. And when you can write short sentences like that, it's great practice, and you'll be more familiar with the words. Here we go, parents. You can pause the video and read these words. I will read them together with the students now, and guys, you can always come back and review these words. You can write them in your own sentences, you can draw pictures, but these are our words, and we need to put them into sentences. So let's start. These are words that we've actually learned throughout the year. First one, bug. Here. Log. Zip. She. End. Now you guys take a few seconds and try to read them yourselves. Okay. Let's start from the top. Went, trip, last, for, jug, and day. Let's read it again, and then you will read it yourselves. Went, trip, last, for, jug, and they. Nicely done. These are some fun sentences for us to read. Let's look at number 1. Let's read it together. Here is a red bug. Remember that the period means that the sentence has ended. Number 2, they see the ant hop. Number 3, come to where Meg skips. Number 4, the little mug is hot. And number 5, I hid my box here. Now here's a short story called A House by the Sea. Let's review and look at the pictures. Now, what is a setting? Remember, we're learning about a setting. What is a setting? A setting is the place and time a story takes place. So what seems to be the setting here? A house by the sea. You guessed it, the house is the setting, but the sea is also the setting. We have two settings. It depends on what the story is about. The story can take place in a house, or the story can take place in the ocean. And the characters would probably be the sea animals. If we look at number 2, this picture, it looks like the setting might be a little different and similar. How is it similar? How is it the same? Right, both have a house in the picture, but let's look in the background. We don't see an ocean. What do we see? We see mountains and hills. So the setting can be either in the house or in the mountains. So for example, a boy can leave the house and he can go into the mountains with his goats. So the setting would change, but where he spends more time is the main setting. And lastly, let's look at this picture. How is it the same and how is it different? Right, so it's the same because we also see a house, but right here we also see a little river. So the setting is not in the mountains and it's not in the sea. The setting can be on this little river. It could be about this toad right here, the frog, and the story can take place in the house or in this river right here, or another word could be a creek. And that is a setting. It is the place and time. The story can take place in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night.
Today's lesson is all about story elements, the setting. Our learning goal for today says, I can describe the setting in a story. Okay, so what is the setting? Well, the setting is the when and the where a story takes place. So the setting is the when and the where. When means like, when did it happen? Was it at nighttime? Was it during the day? Ooh, was it in the winter or the hot, hot summer? When is really important. Because like, for example, here I am hiking outside on a beautiful sunny day. Doesn't it look so enjoyable? I had lots of fun. But oh no, now it's nighttime. This does not look as exciting. Do you see how when makes a really big impact on the story? It would have been a fun story if it would have stayed nice and bright outside, but I need to get out of the spooky woods at night. Where is also important to the story. Does the story take place at a house, in a large city, in outer space, or even Rapunzel's castle? Where the story happens is very important. Like, for example, if I said that one day I went to the zoo and I saw a tiger, and that's cool, tigers are cool, and I don't mind going to the zoo to see them. But what if I changed the where to, my bedroom? No, I do not want to see a tiger in my bedroom. The where would be really important for me with that story. Our learning goal says I can describe the setting in a story. And I really want you, as you're reading your stories, to think about the when and the where and how they're important to the story. If you changed it, would it really change the story quite a bit or not so much? I wonder. Good readers think as they read.